What's going on, YouTube? This is Living Brothers Comedian Show, but ain't nothing funny. Coming live from the hood right now. If y'all don't know, we be all through the cities: Milwaukee, Minnesota, Chicago. Pretty much we touch bases everywhere. We follow the streets. It's a code of conduct that I ain't gonna give out on camera, but I'm gonna let y'all in on something right now. This one is about how the child protection system is illegally abducting people's children so that they can make all of their federal funds up that they've lost over the years, because just like something popular, once something popular fades off, now they have to find something to do with the merchandise because it's discounted and low price. So right now they're speeding up processes with people in abductions. Right now I'm on Broadway in Plymouth right now, right across the street from a nice little, daycare. But in a hood, what black owner owns a daycare in the hood? Which they do not. These are lots of things going on here. We've reported. We can't show some of the parents that most definitely have been troubled by this. I most definitely am a victim of child abduction from the government, and I've been enlightening my mind. I've been looking up a lot of things lately about the same thing that happened with Kenneka Jenkins and the same thing that's happening with this whole, world, why everyone is turning to death and turning to ashes, and there's no signs of a person even existing anymore. And just like you all know, it's all these sex scandals, it's all these rich dying white people that want to live for a couple more years just to see a couple more billions of dollars. So what would they do? They create all of these murders and stuff in the hood, go out, pay some savage to come out and whack somebody and turn it public. And you get publicity that way because black lives matter. But then again, they put the system on blacks are against blacks and whites are just trying to help blacks understand their place in this world, which I will never understand because, like I say all the time, I'm a black Israelite, and my family runs very deep with our lineage, and you guys should do some research. Black people, do some research on Hamites, Edomites, and the history of why the Caucasians have the sense of power right now. They're not empowered, but they have power because the society rose over to them. But in our world, we are richer than they possibly are, because we don't need materialistic financial items to be happy, to raise our families successfully. In communities, people take advantage of little scenarios, twins, people with rare blood diseases, all types of stuff. They take advantage, they do experiments on these kids, and they portray the public that they're just doing their job. But really they're experimenting. I have sickle cell anemia. I've been experimented on my whole life. They have a lot of new cures and stuff out because of my bloodline, and my children's bloodline is going to be the new bloodline. The cure is out for a lot of stuff. It's just money. How much money do you have to get it, or how much the community wants one disease to take over so that this medication takes off. You got to really look up this deep stuff, man. And I'm gonna come by facts because, like I said, I live this life. I live the truth. The system is surrounded for minorities to fail at everything: housing, jobs, financials, loans, house buying, everything that has to do with life being easily and happily. We're not born with any white privilege. We don't have those necessary necessities that some people have when they're born into this world, and we still make do with life, and that shows how powerful you are. Now, like I always do, I stay in the sun because I'm a black individual. I have natural melanin. I don't need any sunscreen or none of that crap that's gonna put ultraviolet rays on my skin that's gonna produce cancer. So you got to do your research, people. And like I said, you know, this is a comedian show, but ain't nothing funny. But we're gonna start the comedian show to give everybody a little taste of what goes on in the real world of killers and dealers and, you know, crack smokers and jokers and people out here that put cops in their graves for doing shit like this and put people in their grave, just like what happened to Kenneka Jenkins. Like I said, all she got to do is come right to the streets, man, and we gonna find who did this shit, man. And you, however you want it done, it gets done like that, man. You know, it's real killers out here, and you know, it's real people who really just don't give a fuck, and they just need their vengeance on whatever. So once again, man, you know, keep y'all family safe, man. Don't hesitate to protect your family at all means. Don't hesitate to go out here and seek the truth after they've buried a lie. You know, you got to go out here and do your research. Now, black people right now, you need to be afraid for your lives and your family's lives. You need to try to do everything you can to get away from the public systems. Because the system, as long as you're in the system, you are owned by the system, and the system is never going to release anything truthful about you. Just like all the cover-ups that they have with the, you know, we found out that's exactly, you know, the Chicago News, when he got shot, he found out the truth about what happened to Kenneka, and everybody knew the truth because he was, you know, when you out here in the streets, I'm talking about really out here in the streets, out here where you got to be looking around and doing all this stuff. We got a daycare right across the street that's in the fucking ghetto, right where niggas get shot, police running right past, you know, every fucking second. We out here, fam. You know, and we protect our young. Our brothers and sisters only survive this long just because it's niggas like us out here that's gonna protect and get vengeance on every fucking thing. And, you know, right now, the world has turned to dust. The world is no better than life on hell. You know, this is life in hell. That's why they say life on earth is hell. So you make your own hell. You your own devil. You your own worst enemy. You know, nobody can make you to shake you. You got to believe it to live it. And you got to believe in somebody higher power than a white man and a white, you know, all of that stories, all that. I get deeper into stuff like that in other videos. But right now it's mostly about exposing the system federally, the government system. I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to send some bullshit, you know, my way. They know who the fuck I am in the system already. They do not play around, you know, with black individuals. They just, you know, make people sit out here and struggle to survive when I've been struggling from birth, you know, and I made it. I'm great. So y'all just, you know, keep updated with all of this system shit. We going, you know, I owe y'all 2 videos. One video I owe y'all about the debate with Kenneka Jenkins, and we got that. We got 4 different subscribers and 4 different channels gonna weigh in on that, and we gonna be all in the same room together. We just, you know, I gotta travel and do a lot of shit. Like I said, I be through the cities and stuff, moving and grooving, and you know, right now, you know, we trying to catch these child protection workers. We undercover with it. We done found out that they have been lying. They lied to take people's children away from them, and the system doesn't do anything about it. They put people on paper like they're demons and enemy. They got problems because we poor our whole life, so we had to steal, or we had to run from the cops our whole life, so we're scared of police. And you know, it's a lot of stuff. You know, they're right now we're outside in Minnesota, Northside Minneapolis, like I go Northside News. But right now I'm like I said, I was across the street from a daycare, and we've been watching the Hennepin County workers. They come up in here. This is one of them, and they got tinted windows, but we have watched these people watching these people's children across the street, and I believe it is something. It's a crime. It's a crime. This is stalking. This is harassment. This is, invasion of personal space. Everybody needs to take a look at what's going on in these, in America. How many children, how many black people come up missing every year? How many children have been abducted by the child protection system just because it's not up to white man requirements? Well, I got a real trick up my sleeve right now. There's maybe almost $300 million civil lawsuit going on with the federally, and I can't disclose a lot of information about that, but the system is getting ready to be exposed, and I wanted to be the first one to come out straight from Northside Minneapolis on how this thing is going. And I've been shadowing people, and I've been going to place to see exactly the harm they are doing to people's children by taking them out of their environment of comfortable and emotional and living with their parents. And they're taking so many kids away right now, you don't probably even know where they are. Haven't seen them, you won't believe they're alive until you go and see them. And they're hiding this stuff from the system, man. You need to look it up. From 2000 all the way up to 2018, what is the requirements and what are they doing to certify and solidify taking away children, blacks, all minorities of just think of immigrants, how many organs, how much research they can do on these children once they get them in the system. Oh, your kid has PTSD. Oh, your kid has a hair pulling disease, just to put them on all of these medications to zombie them up to die at an early age. So you have to really look at that, man. This is a Living Brothers community comedy show, and we're going to tune back in later on this evening. We're going to be with this all day, straight from the hood, just leaking all of these federal, people taking advantage of minorities. And we're going to probably get a chance to see a little bit of the organ donor snatchers ourselves, because we live this life. So tune in, man. Peace out. Thanks, YouTube, tuning in. Subscribe.